Welcome to another episode of Deep Dive into Real Estate by Team Luddy Dillon. This is the place where we simplify real estate for you, one topic at a time. Enjoy.
All right, welcome to another deep dive. And today, we're doing something a little different.
Yeah, a little different.
We're talking neighborhoods, specifically Mississauga.
Mississauga, exactly.
That's right. And, if you're listening to this, you're probably thinking about moving to Mississauga.
Absolutely.
And you should.
Yeah.
It's great. But there's a lot of different neighborhoods, and they all have different feels.
Yeah, it can be overwhelming.
It can be. Yeah. That's why we're here today, to sort of give you a bit of a lay of the land.
Exactly.
So you can figure out what neighborhood's right for you. Now, we are, I should mention, part of Laddie Gillen's real estate team.
That's right.
And we specialize in the Peel region.
Peel region.
That's Brampton, Caledon, Mississauga.
Exactly. And Laddie's been doing this for a long time.
That's 2007.
So yeah, reach out.
Reach out. Get in touch.
We can help you out.
Okay, so let's just jump right in. First up, we're going to talk about a few neighborhoods in Mississauga, just to give you an idea of the different vibes. So first up, Port Credit. Now imagine, if you will, starting your day with a jog along the waterfront.
Beautiful.
The sun is rising over the lake. You're feeling good.
I love it already.
And then you grab brunch
Okay, yeah.
at this cool little patio,
Mm-hmm.
maybe some live music,
Nice.
right on the lake. That's Port Credit.
That's Port Credit.
That's the vibe.
Yeah, and if you like that waterfront lifestyle, it definitely delivers.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. We're talking marinas.
Marinas, yeah.
Parks, patios, the iconic lighthouse,
Can't forget the lake house.
of course. Now, Port Credit's interesting because it has this blend of, old and new.
Right.
You've got these sort of historic homes, but also, really modern condos.
Yeah, and you see that in the crowd, too. It's a really interesting mix of people.
So who lives there? Who would you say?
Well, you get the people who love that outdoorsy lifestyle, kayaking, paddleboarding, that sort of thing. But also those who want to be close to the city and all the action, the restaurants, the shops, the nightlife. It's a good mix.
Is it good for families?
It can be. If you're a family that loves that active waterfront life, yeah, for sure. But if you're looking for that more classic, family neighborhood, maybe with that Leave It to Beaver vibe, Streetsville might be more your speed.
Streetsville. Okay, so now I'm picturing these charming streets.
Oh, yeah.
Lined with these beautiful Victorian homes, maybe a little bakery.
Fresh bread.
Wafting, the smell of fresh bread.
That's Streetsville. It's all about that small town charm.
Yeah.
You step back in time, but with, all the modern conveniences you need.
That's the key.
It's got that community feel, everyone knows your name. And they have these great festivals.
Yeah.
Like the Bread and Honey Festival.
I've heard about that.
It's a big deal. Gets pretty crazy, actually. Yeah, but fun, Probably fun.
So Streetsville's good for families.
Oh, definitely. If you're looking for that close-knit, everyone knows your name kind of upbringing for your kids, Streetsville's the place.
All right, so we got waterfront vibes in Port Credit. We got small town charm in Streetsville. Now let's switch gears a bit to Erin Mills.
Okay, yeah.
One of Mississauga's biggest neighborhoods.
Huge, yeah.
Very popular with families. What's the draw there?
I think Erin Mills is all about balance.
Balance.
Yeah, you get the peace and quiet of the suburbs, but you're also super close to the city.
Okay.
And all the action. Plus, it's got tons of green space, parks, trails,
That's good.
great schools, which is a big draw for families, obviously.
And the mall.
Oh, I can't forget the mall.
The Erin Mills Town Center.
It's massive. You can find anything there. Literally anything.
Yeah, so it's peaceful suburban life, but you're not too far from the action if you need it.
Exactly. It's the best of both worlds.
So who lives in Erin Mills? Just families?
It's definitely a lot of families, but it's a good mix, actually. You get young professionals, empty nesters, even people who just love being close to nature. Oh, and people who want to be close to the hospital.
Oh, the hospital. Yeah.
Credit Valley Hospital. It's right there.
That's a good point. I mean, healthcare access is important.
Especially as you get older.
Yeah. So are there any trends in terms of who lives where?
Yeah.
Is Erin Mills mostly young families?
It's a lot of young families, for sure. But like I said, it's a good mix. Empty nesters love it, too. Downsizing, but still having space for the grandkids. And we're seeing a lot of young professionals going for the townhouses there.
Okay, so it really is a little bit of everything.
Yeah, Mississauga really does have something for everyone.
So we've got the energy of Port Credit, the charm of Streetsville, the family-friendly vibe of Erin Mills. And we're just getting started. We still have 2 more neighborhoods to cover.
2 more, Clarkson and City Center. Both completely different vibes.
All right, let's take a quick break.
Yeah, catch your breath.
And then we'll dive into those right after this. Okay, so on to our next neighborhood. We're going to Clarkson.
Clarkson, yeah.
Now, Clarkson's interesting because it's got this blend of history and nature
Yeah.
and convenience.
It's kind of a hidden gem.
Yeah, a little under the radar.
But people are starting to catch on.
Yeah, it's getting more popular.
Yeah.
So imagine like you're strolling through this quaint downtown, right?
Okay.
You've got these cute little antique shops, maybe a bookstore or two.
Yeah, I love that.
And then like minutes later,
Yeah.
you're hiking through a conservation area.
That's right.
The Rattray Marsh Conservation Area.
Over 200 acres of pure wilderness.
Right in the middle of the city.
Yeah, pretty amazing.
I've heard it's great for bird watching.
Oh, yeah, it's a bird watcher's paradise.
So you're telling me I can get my nature fix
Mm-hmm.
and I can browse antique shops.
You got it.
And it's convenient to get to other places.
Oh, yeah, the Rygo station's right there.
So if you work in Toronto,
Easy commute.
easy peasy.
So who's living in Clarkson these days? Well, like I said, it's becoming more and more popular. So you're getting a real mix. You've got professionals who want that easy commute, but also value the peace and quiet.
Right.
A lot of retirees are moving there too, drawn to the slower pace of life. And, families are always a big part of the Clarkson community.
Makes sense. It
Yeah.
seems like a good spot for families, especially if they love the outdoors.
Exactly. So you've got a little something for everyone there.
It's got the energy of Port Credit, the charm of Streetsville, the family-friendly vibe of Erin Mills, the nature and convenience of Clarkson.
And last but not least, we have City Center.
City Center. Now we're talking about the heart of Mississauga.
Yeah, the urban heartbeat.
This is where things get exciting.
This is where it's at. If you want that fast-paced, modern lifestyle, City Center's for you.
Okay, so I'm picturing skyscrapers,
Lots of them.
bustling streets,
Mm-hmm.
maybe a street performer or two juggling chainsaws, that kind of thing.
You might see that, yeah. It's
Yeah.
definitely got that big city vibe.
I bet it's a magnet for young professionals.
Oh, yeah. Tons of young professionals.
Yeah.
Anyone who wants to be in the thick of it all. You've got Square One Shopping Center right there.
The mall.
The mother of all malls.
It's huge.
It's huge. And then you've got Celebration Square, which is always hosting events, concerts, festivals.
So there's always something going on.
Always something going on.
Sounds like a sensory overload.
In the best way possible.
Okay, so we've covered 5 very different neighborhoods, each with its own distinct personality.
Yeah.
But before we wrap things up, I want to play a little comparison game.
Okay. I like it.
From your expert perspective, which neighborhood wins the award for walkability?
Ooh, that's a tough one. But I'd say Port Credit, Streetsville, and City Center are definitely the top contenders.
Okay, those are the ones that came to mind for me, too.
Yeah, in Port Credit, you can walk along the waterfront, pop into the shops and restaurants, even walk to the GO station.
Right?
Streetsville has that really compact downtown core, so everything's within walking distance. And City Center, well, it's pretty much designed for walking. Everything you need is right there.
It's funny how those 3, the most walkable ones, also seem to have that strong sense of community.
It's true. I think it's because people are out and about more, They're bumping into each other, interacting.
It creates a different energy.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, next comparison. Which neighborhood would you recommend for families with young kids?
I'm curious about this one.
For families with young kids, I'd say Streetsville and Erin Mills are top contenders.
Okay, makes sense.
Streetsville has those top-rated schools, that family-centric atmosphere, lots of kid-friendly events.
Mm-hmm.
And Erin Mills has those spacious homes, parks, trails, that sort of thing.
Yeah, they both seem very family-oriented.
Absolutely. And both prioritize safety, which is obviously huge for parents.
Okay, flip side of that coin. Where would you steer empty nesters or retirees looking for a more relaxed lifestyle?
Good question. I think Clarkson or even Port Credit could be good fits.
Really? Port Credit?
Yeah, I know it's known for its energy, but there are definitely quieter pockets, especially if you're a little further from the main hub.
Okay.
Plus, those waterfront views are hard to beat.
Yeah, that's true.
And Clarkson, well, it's just got that peaceful, laid-back vibe, easy access to nature, charming downtown. It's a good spot to relax and enjoy life.
So really, there's no one-size-fits-all answer when it comes to choosing the right neighborhood.
Nope, not at all.
It all comes down to individual needs and priorities.
Exactly. What are you looking for in a neighborhood?
Yeah, that's the key question.
Do you want to be able to walk everywhere? Are schools a top priority? Do you crave peace and quiet, or are you looking for a bustling social scene? Once you know what's important to you, it's much easier to narrow down your options.
All right, so we've covered a lot of ground, but before we wrap things up,
Yeah.
got to get to the good stuff.
Right, the insider tips.
Yeah, like, is there anything about these neighborhoods that wouldn't be in, like, a real estate brochure?
Oh, for sure. Let's start with port credit. Everyone knows it's great, right? But have you heard of Lakeview?
Lakeview?
Yeah, it's kind of like port credit's cooler, younger sibling. It's still got that waterfront vibe,
Okay.
but a little more laid back,
Yeah.
And the brunch scene there is exploding right now.
Oh, interesting. Lakeview. I'll have to check it out.
Yeah, definitely worth a look. Now, for Streetsville, the area around the Credit River, it's like a hidden oasis.
I love those.
Beautiful trails, parks, really peaceful.
Okay.
And if you're into history, the old mill ruins are worth checking out.
Ooh, cool.
You can just imagine the stories those walls could tell.
So we've got up-and-coming spots, historical haunts.
Yeah.
What about, like, the community vibe? Are there any neighborhoods that are known for being particularly social or active?
Erin Mills, hands down.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Their residents association is amazing. They organize everything.
Like what?
Park cleanups, movie nights, you name it.
That's awesome.
It's like that neighborhood where you can borrow a cup of sugar and end up at a barbecue.
That's the dream.
Right.
Okay, last question, and this is an important one. Traffic.
Ah, yes. The dreaded traffic.
Are there any neighborhoods that are particularly bad?
Honestly, city center can get pretty congested during rush hour.
Makes sense.
It's a busy hub, but
Yeah.
Streetsville and Clarkson, their traffic is usually pretty manageable.
Good to know. All right, so I think we've covered pretty much everything. Any final thoughts?
Just that there really is no best neighborhood,
Right.
It's all about finding the right fit for you.
What are your priorities?
Exactly. Walkability, schools, peace and quiet, nightlife. Figure out what's important to you and then go from there.
Couldn't have said it better myself. And, if you're feeling overwhelmed, that's where a good real estate agent comes in.
Absolutely. Someone like Laddie Dillon.
Yeah. He's been helping people find their perfect homes in the Peel region for almost 20 years.
He knows those neighborhoods like the back of his hand.
So if you're thinking about making a move, give him a call.
You won't regret it.
All right, so as you embark on your Mississauga adventure, here's a question to ponder. Which neighborhood speaks to you? Which one makes you think, this is where I belong?
Yeah, let that feeling guide you.
Because at the end of the day, finding the right home is all about finding the right community.
Couldn't agree more.
And on that note, we're signing off. Remember, whether you're buying, selling, or investing in the Peel region, Laddie Dillon and his team are here to help you every step of the way. Until next time, happy house hunting.
Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. We will be back with something new and something interesting.